Pamela for that kind introduction and for the honor of being part of this important event. And good evening to all of you, this distinguished group of leaders and luminaries who have gathered to celebrate progress we've already made and to call attention to progress we still have to make. I've got a message to share with you today, and it's personal. Well, it actually is two messages. The first is be relentless. If this event were held 30 years ago, when I was starting out in my career, I have news for you. It wouldn't have been much of an event. An entire generation of women of color paved the way for us. I'm talking about the teachers like my mom, who made it known that Black women could educate and shape our youth. I'm talking about the nurses who proved that women of color could help save lives. I'm talking about the typists and the receptionists who made it clear that Black and Hispanic women could hold their own in the office environment, paving the way for all of us. Let us honor these courageous women tonight. Let us embody their relentless pursuit to live fuller and more satisfied lives. And let us give these women who are with us tonight in spirit the proper thanks that many of them never received. Now, as we represent those who came before us, let us be smart about how we continue to be relentless ourselves, which brings me to my second message. Be inclusive. Now I know what you're thinking. Be inclusive? Wait, aren't we advocating for others to be inclusive toward us? Yes, that's true. But to increase the ranks of women and people of color in management positions, we have to build coalitions. Now surely that starts with events like this evening, where we get to know each other. But it also starts with including others. At my company, Abbott, we started making major strides towards diversity and inclusion when our CEO made it a personal mission more than 15 years ago. He knew then what most people are just waking up to now, that diversity is a business imperative, and that companies with more diversity among their workforce think more creatively and adapt more quickly to changing markets. If your CEO doesn't see it that way, or maybe if just the people you work with don't see it that way, you need to go out of your way to help them to see it. And that starts with including them in what you're working on. Include others in your projects. If you have employee affinity networks for people and women of color, invite them to your events. Most importantly, be leaders and role models, and let your work speak for itself. It's up to you to build from the ground up the culture that you want to work in. That's the way we'll build not only the just workplace of the future, but the just society of which is a microorganism. Thank you again. Now I'd like to introduce the presenter of the Corporate Promotion of Education Award. At Abbott, he's responsible for our corporate engineering's global project management, global facilities planning, engineering operations, capital and asset management strategy. Please welcome Division Vice President of Corporate Engineering, Luis Diaz.